This is Cyberlog, world news in anime.
All right, let's just get right into it. Every 4 years, the whole world tunes in for the Winter Olympics. But I need you to just, for a second, forget everything you think it is. Forget the sporting event. Because what we saw in Milano Cortina, that wasn't just a competition. It was, and I mean this, the ultimate real-life tournament arc. And that's really the heart of what we're talking about today. I mean, all the pieces were there. The classic narratives, the character archetypes, the drama. It was insane. You had veterans coming back for one last ride, you had rookies just shocking everybody, and champions who proved they're just built different. So yeah, welcome to our breakdown of a real-life shonen anime. You know, every great story arc needs that legendary veteran, right? The warrior who comes back for one last fight, not just against their opponents, but against time itself. And for these games, that character was the one and only Lindsey Vonn. And that's the real question, isn't it? I mean, Lindsey Vonn is, without a doubt, one of the greatest alpine skiers in history, full stop. But she retired way back in 2019. So to even think about coming back at 40 years old, after all that time away, and aiming for Olympic gold, that is the kind of impossible dream that makes these stories so compelling. But here's the brutal truth. The mountain doesn't care about your story. It doesn't care about a fairy tale ending. In the women's downhill, Vonn crashed. She had to be airlifted off the course, and just like that, the dream was over. It was absolutely heartbreaking. A tough reminder that sports don't owe anybody a happy ending. But this is where it gets crazy. This is the twist that makes it feel like it was scripted. Just as Vonn's story was ending in this tragic way, her American teammate, Breezy Johnson, was hurtling toward the finish line. And she didn't just win gold, she won it by 0.04 of a second. Can you believe that? In that single, breathtaking moment, as one legend's journey ended, a new hero's story began in the most dramatic way you could possibly imagine. Okay, so that brings us to our next classic character trope. Because what's a tournament arc without a super talented rookie who shows up on the biggest stage and just isn't scared? Well, let me tell you, the next generation that showed up in Milano Cortina was something else. 17. Just let that number sink in. That's how old South Korean snowboarder Choi Gaon was. I mean, at 17, most of us are worried about homework. She stepped into the Olympic halfpipe looking like she'd been doing it for 30 years. And stun is the perfect word for it. Chloe Kim is a living legend, okay? She is the undisputed queen of the halfpipe. For Choi Gaon, a teenager, to come in and drop a nearly flawless final run to beat her for the gold medal, that is the literal definition of a shocking upset. It's like the rookie just beat the final boss on the first try. And get this wasn't just her win. It was South Korea's first ever medal in the women's snowboard halfpipe. First ever. So she didn't just win a piece of gold, she basically carved out a whole new chapter of history for her country. And the youth movement was not done yet, not even close. Over in speed skating, you have 21-year-old Jordan Stolz from the US do something that hadn't been done in 46 years. He took home gold in both the 500-meter and the 1,000-meter races. 46 years! I mean, this timeline just puts into perspective the massive weight of history that he just shattered. Now, you absolutely cannot tell the story of these games without talking about the host nation. You know how it goes. The home crowd can either crush you with pressure, or it can give you that classic anime power-up. And in Italy, oh, it was definitely the power-up. You could just feel the Italian athletes feeding off this incredible energy. You had Federica Brignone coming back from an injury to win gold, Dominic Fischler grabbing another medal in luge. People there described the atmosphere as operatic. And what a perfect word for that Italian passion, right? It just turned every single event into something grand. And then you have Arianna Fontana. With her silver medal in the short track 500-meter, she won her 13th Olympic medal. 13. Just think about that number. That's an insane level of dominance over a long career. It officially makes her the most decorated short track speed skater in Olympic history. A true legend making history on her home ice. Okay, for our last chapter, and honestly, this might be the most powerful story of them all. It's the one about the veteran warrior who teaches us all that winning isn't always about young talent. Sometimes it's about pure, unbelievable persistence. Just look at this path. Look at it. American bobsledder Elana Meyers Taylor went to five Olympic Games. That's more than a decade of coming so close, of winning silver and bronze, but never, ever getting that top spot. Can you imagine the resilience that takes? And then, in her fifth and final try, she finally did it. She won gold in the monobob. That journey is just absolutely incredible. And you know what? That right there, that's what a tournament arc is really all about. It isn't just about the person holding the gold medal at the end. It's about the stories. It's about people like Elana Meyers Taylor and even Lindsey Vonn. It's that wild combination of stubbornness, belief, and just a deep love for what you do that makes you get back up and try again and again and again. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, in a world that so often feels completely divided, there's something really powerful about seeing all these nations come together to speak this one universal language. It's a language of excellence, of pushing the absolute limits of what we're capable of. When it's all said and done, Milano Cortina gave us new champions and new records, for sure. But it also gave us these amazing stories of heartbreak and comebacks and incredible perseverance. And it kind of leaves you with this one big question. Maybe the real story, the most important part of any great tournament, isn't just about who wins. Maybe it's about the spirit of the people who just keep showing up to fight.